Today is Sunday, May 20th, 2012. I've been on the paleo diet lifestyle since Monday. I think it's been since last Monday, so it's about a week or so since the 14th, and pretty much some stuff that happened from day one until now was that, wow, I got some psychedelic shit going on with the lights. Um, so I got really fatigued like halfway through the day, and it was really annoying because I guess, wasn't trying to drink any caffeine, but since I'm not trying to do that really. I'm gonna just keep drinking tea and sometimes just black coffee. But that, I guess the caffeine intake will go down after my body transitions from um, digesting or thinking that my body needs insulin and stuff like that and carbs to be able to function and start going to ketosis and stuff like that with just fat. But mainly, I've been eating in the mornings. I've been eating a lot of fruit. I bike to work. It's about 8 miles. It's it's about 15 to 16 miles total um, to and from work, but it's about 7.5 to 8 miles to work. Um, Diet has been consisting of mainly just omega-3 enhanced eggs that are natural, and then I guess bacon from Whole Foods, and I've been eating a lot of spinach, like cooked spinach, and the bacon fat, and the eggs are fried in the bacon fat. Um, and then garlic if I have it on hand. No salt really. Been trying to keep down on my salt and just lower that mainly. Um, I guess my skin feels really good. I don't know. It just feels better. Um, it's been hard the past few days, like trying to, I guess, give into cravings and stuff like that because we've had donuts at work and they looked awesome. And my mouth started salivating like immediately. But I just went by and got some water and just drank that and chugged it and stuff. Just to keep my mind off of it. Ate a little bit of fruit. Um, I guess for lunchtime, I've been doing. I started out with some tilapia that I had on hand, and it was sautéed in some. It was like blanched in uh, the oven with some onions and peppers that I had on hand with no salt and a little bit of water. I wish I would have had the chicken stock that I had in my freezer that I made homemade um, to blanch it in because it probably would have tasted a lot better. But um, I don't know. Overall, I haven't really been eating that big of dinners. Been eating fruit. Finally made like granola made out of almonds, walnuts, some honey. I realized that honey is really way too sweet, and it's good, but I think I'm going to start buying less honey and more agave. I haven't looked up the nutritional benefits of it, but I guess I don't know. I've heard that agave is a little bit better just because it's a more natural, um, I guess, supplement to sweeteners, and it might have more beneficial qualities than honey because honey is really really sweet. And the honey that I got is from Sam's Club, and it's like one of those big, huge, like giant jugs. So I mean, I'm not going to be using that up anytime soon. But for the past 2 days, I've made a rendition of a beef or chicken and broccoli broth made with like a tablespoon of sherry, a tablespoon of sesame oil, which is really good for you, um, a tablespoon of coconut amino acids, which is a soy sauce substitute. But I was reading that soy sauce is fermented, so all the phytic acid and phytic components of soy and um, or something else that they put in it in soy sauce. But since it's fermented, all that stuff in the raw component of those things is not as prevalent, but it's very salty in general. And the amino acid stuff is just pretty much fermented coconut oil and coconut, I think milk with I think a little bit of salt, and I don't know. That's about it. Um, but I've been using that as a soy sauce substitute, which is really good. Um, Also, let me see. I've been using a lot of coconut oil to cook with. Beside, like if I don't have bacon grease to cook with, then I'll use coconut oil and olive oil. I made burgers the other day too, and all the meat that I'm getting, all the red meat that I'm getting, is all grass fed. The beef is 85% lean fat, because it's really difficult to find like 90 something percent ground beef that's 90+% lean, which I don't think is a big deal. I mean, I just get the highest grade that I can that's grass fed. And I do have to say, by far, that eating the shit that doesn't have hormones in it and is like grass fed tastes way better. It just tastes so much. I don't even know. I don't know if it has to do with like a psychological effect that I know that I'm eating grass fed beef, but it just tastes more, not tender, but it just overall just tastes better. I don't know, the meat and the blood and all that stuff all together tastes way better. It doesn't taste like metallic-y. It doesn't taste like weird like that. So I don't know. It's just one thing that I've noticed. Bacon is from Whole Foods. All the meat that I've been getting is from Whole Foods. I'm not really worried about the chicken because a lot of stuff from Schnucks is like not doesn't have any hormones in it, and they don't add water or sugar or salt to it, so there's really no preservatives in it. But it probably does have some hormones and stuff in it. So I might try and get some chicken from Whole Foods just to try it out and see what it's like. Um, but uh, besides that, the only downside that I have been like, there's two things that have been pretty hard. Is that I can intake as much as I want, and like that's I don't even know. Like I had a giant plate of food that I put on Facebook, um, and it was like a freaking. It had to been like maybe 8 or 9 ounces worth of like Chicago flank steak. That was grass fed from Whole Foods, and then um, I guess I used like garlic, shallot, ginger mix, and I made some braised cabbage with carrots and onions and some jalapenos and some other spices, and some. It was like saute or it was braised in um, homemade chicken stock and some bacon grease that I have left over from my some old bacon. I was like trying to research like what the difference is, or if bacon grease from other bacon sources is bad or from other meat sources is bad. But I mean, I'm just gonna use it up anyway, just because it tastes good. But because I can't really save the bacon because I'm always usually cooking with it like other stuff that I'm cooking with. So it's like kind of hard to be able to save it unless I cook like fucking 6 pounds worth of bacon all at once, and I need to save it. But that's probably not gonna happen. But I guess besides that, I've been eating a lot of fruit, a lot of mangoes. Mangoes are in season. $1 each anywhere you go. It's pretty awesome, except if they're organic. That's the one thing that I haven't been doing is eating a lot of organic vegetables. I do eat organic spinach, organic kale, like mainly leafy stuff. Like I had some bib lettuce that I used to make fajitas out of. I had some like chicken fajitas at the beginning of the week, which was really good. Made some guacamole. But I mean, I don't. I think the main issue here is that I mean, I'm not like. I mean, I'm being very strict, but there's a fine line between financial responsibility and strictness. So, I mean, I have to find it where it's like, pretty even keel. I mean, I'm biking to work mostly, and that's helping me save on gas so that I can be able to drive out to the grocery store and then drive back. And I mean, I'm going to start doing Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, riding my bike, and then possibly going to the grocery store once a week, and then just picking up stuff on my way home, so I can like it's kind of like scavenging. Like I need to gather stuff like from time to time, and I think that's the biggest ordeal is doing that because I'll pick up one or two things from the grocery store now, which is helping me in the long run because I'm like not spending as much money all at once in one foul swoop. So stuff is lasting longer. I can conserve it better. Um, I don't know. And cognitively, right now, I'm remembering stuff a lot better. Like I'll be at work and I'll be like dialing a phone number or something like that, or I'll be looking at something and then like 10 seconds later I'll be able to keep remembering it, which is like pretty good. Like that's kind of unheard of with me because my memory is so bad. Um, I guess I have a lot more energy. I drank coffee the other day, and I was like amped. I was just like that is insane. I was like doing so much stuff around the house. I'm just like, wow, I don't need to drink nearly as much caffeine as I used to because it's like I'm compensating for the same amount of caffeine that I drank, but since my body is in a different form of metabolic processes, that it's going at a different rate. So I'm like breaking down stuff differently, and I already have a lot more energy. Um, but I think my body's still processing stuff because I had a giant breakfast. I had like a kipper, which is like a herring type fish, mixed in with some eggs and a bunch of veggies like spinach and uh, peppers and onions, and mixed that all together and made like some like a mishmash pretty much, and it was pretty good. I don't think I could do that every day though because that fish taste is just insanely harsh. So might have to get some kind of like hot sauce to cover it up or something a little bit more potent because the fish is just like. Blah. I haven't tried my sardines yet. I'm kind of hesitant to do that because sardines are always rough. Always, it doesn't matter. Like that's just the way that they are. But I got the right kind, which are let me show you. These are the kippers, which is probably backwards. It's the polar kind, and then I got the King Oscar. They're double. They're an extra virgin olive oil, and they're double layered. And the thing to look for is that they are, I think, in brine or something like that. I think that's the thing. So, I mean, all of these things that I've been eating are very high in fat content, but it's like different. It's like very high in saturated fat and not like what is it? Trans fat. So I mean, it's really good actually. I mean, the stuff that I'm eating is just like good and like all those fats. So I mean, that's the main ordeal. Like you want to get to a 50 25 25. Mainly that's what my goal is, and I think it's working. I mean, I have noticed that I'm slimming down. I mean, it's been a week, so I mean, you can't really tell immediately. But I mean, if I keep on the same track of doing this, it's gonna fucking. I can tell that I'm gonna like lose a lot of weight just by. I mean, I haven't gone to the gym. I've been doing push-ups. Steph and I went to the park and we did like a light jog over to the stairs, which is over near the World's um, Fair like pavilion, I guess. And we did stairs and stuff. I did it at my pace, and I was doing hops over certain things and trying to do like box jumps and stuff like that, and just pretty much use everything that I could to like you know just maneuver around. And the next day I was sore as all hell. I mean, like I'm not taking up as much protein, but I mean I think that's the big thing is that my body like I hadn't used some of those muscles in like a really long time. Like biking only uses a certain amount of muscles, and doing all those like plyometric type deals is pretty sweet. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Just keep doing stuff, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups. um, keep on track with that, and then hopefully start the CrossFit thing in a few weeks once my body transitions over. Hardest thing that I've noticed that I've seen online, that there's like a top 10 video or something like that, or top 13 things that this guy just like went on and on and on about. But the hardest thing is to, like, I am in my like domain right now. Like, this is my house, this is my area. I know exactly what's in my refrigerator. Um, and once you go outside, it makes it really difficult to be able to eat the way that you want to eat. And I think that's a big thing that I think people on diets, number one, on the paleo diet and trying to live this lifestyle, all have. Like, diets in general, like, it's hard to go out and be able to eat the things that you want and stay on track. But what I've noticed is if you're dedicated enough and you want to do it, then you will be able to be successful, and all that's stopping you is you. Like, last night we were over at Stephanie's dad's house or whatever, just visiting, and they got pizza and salad, and Stephanie got me some salad, and I was like, I can't really eat that. There's a lot of sugar in that dressing, because there is a lot of sugar. It's Italian dressing, which is really good for you, but then when it has a shit ton of sugar in it, it's not nearly as beneficial. But, that's just one of the things that you got to deal with. You got to deal with, like, turning down everything and not giving into the pressures of it. And so when you're trying to be really strict, at the very beginning, I mean, at some point down the line, once I get to an ideal weight that I want to be at, and if I feel comfortable, like, then I'll probably either go to a 90-10 or maybe just keep it at 100. Like, I mean, it just depends on, like, what I'm feeling. If I want to eat something that I know I shouldn't because I'm on this, then maybe just break the rule for a minute or something. But I've already dedicated myself to, after this week, I'm going to do 3 more weeks, so 4 weeks total. I might try and go to 5, but I told Steph that we're going to go to dinner, and I'm going to take her out to Yang Qing's, which is a Chinese restaurant in Brentwood/Clayton area. I highly recommend this place because it is, not only did I have a lot of good memories from there with my mom and our family, they have the best hot braised chicken I've ever fucking had. And they have the dankest sizzling rice soup and crab rangoon and spring rolls. So all of those things I'm going to get when we go to get dinner, and I'm going to devour it because that was one of the things that I didn't eat before I started doing this. Was I had pizza and I had some pasta, a whole bunch of pasta, and, like, I don't know, I had a whole bunch of, like, comfort foods like chili and like some rice and beans and stuff like that all before I did this. So I guess I will be going there in 4 to 5 weeks and definitely devouring Chinese food like hardcore. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna feel like fucking shit, but it's gonna be totally worth it because it's gonna be on a Saturday and I'm gonna go pass the fuck out right afterwards. So it's gonna be great. But you just gotta have goals. So that's one of my goals. I know that I'm gonna try and start doing this CrossFit thing in probably like a few months, or not a few months, but like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't really know. It depends on, like, once my body gets situated and stuff, and I start noticing that there's a difference in, I guess, weight and longevity of I guess, stamina throughout the day. Because today I had that huge breakfast, and then I was up for a while. I drank some tea. The tea wasn't very potent because I've, like, blanched it like 3 or 4 times, so it was really weak. So it was just mainly for taste. But I lay down on the couch, and then I just, like, passed out for, like, I was, like, braising some vegetables in the oven. I think I braised them, but they were still good, like, when I ate them for dinner. But anyway, like, I fell asleep, like, I just crashed out, and I think that has a lot to do with like what my body's like going through right now. So um, yeah, I mean, you just gotta realize what's going on with your body and just listen to it. And I guess that's about it. So, but this video has gone on way too long, so I'm going to stop this. I guess not. It's not a review. This video of my paleo diet of the week. So, yeah, I guess just keep on track and just keep doing what you're doing. Peace.